And you too, Mr. Brain. It was interesting at three-quarter time there, the Corio team were yelling and screaming and full of confidence, and the Belmont boys walked away from the huddle with their heads down. Ball gets thrown up, comes down, pushed away, and a quick kick there taken by the Belmont Lions through Strawn. He pushes it down, a pack formed, and there's no one at the back of the pack as Kelvin Ford tries very hard to get to that ball as it bounced towards the goal line. Can't do so, and it's through for 1 point. And the Lions are in front.
Would have been very nice for Jason Smith had he been able to steady that a little bit more and kick that goal, because I think the first goal can have a very big bearing on this result.
Quick chip out there by the Devils, and Jimmy Onturk has taken a mark. Plays on, looking to go long now through the centre of the ground. I think that's the way to go. Ball spills to ground. And, pulled off the ball was Strawn, and he'll take a free kick in the centre of the ground. He too's tried quite hard for the Lions today. Free kick right in the middle. Surveys the situation, looks to chip the ball forward, and does so, and finds McGlashan. I think this is the way the Lions have got to go. They've got to build up and chip the ball towards their forward line. A bit of a push there from the Lions. Can't get a possession. The ball gets punched out. Gets punched out through Glenn Frost, and can't get control. Chipped away by the Devils, and it's found Nevada Cornwall.
Buckley's the Gaming Centre scoreboard. It should read Belmont 8-8-56, Corio 8-7-55.
Cornwall does a Collingwood, transfers straight across in front of goal. Does so and finds Cullen. Cullen quickly turns onto the boot, and centre half back finds Phil Boyle. Boyle, wobbly old torpedo down the ground, but only to find Clinton Ford, I think it is. Ford plays on, goes across to the coach in Mark Edwards, who takes a mark. Lions looking to set something up, and I think they need to do it in a hurry to gain some authority. They tend to drop their head a little bit when their opposition kick a goal. Does so through McLaughlin, takes a good mark, plays on very quickly onto the right boot. Bit of an ordinary kick, but goes over the back to Montgomery. Montgomery plays on quickly, pushes the ball forward. Smith can't get control, either can the Corio player, and it has touched the post, and we have a one behind.
Yeah, luckily Irish is required on that occasion. The Lions just a little stiff on that occasion. Ball nearly rolling through for a 6-pointer off the boot of Montgomery, but touched on the last line.
King brings it back in, looking for coach Nevada Cornwall. Can't find him, finds Baker instead. Baker chips away, but only into the hands of number 22 for the Corio side. Is Craig Jeffrey.
For the Lions, there's a go, left foot snap. Corey Baby, can he kick the ball straight? He can't. 1 goal, 4 and 4 misses this afternoon. And, well, the final scoreboard will only ascertain whether Povey has been valuable or not.
Big kick out, looking for Keating. McLaughlin, strong and held, should get a free kick and doesn't. Goes over further, and Stephen Palmer looks for the security of the boundary line, can't find it. Ball gets punched to the ground, and how did he do that? The umpire has paid a free kick
holding the ball
against Kelly. Devils play on very quickly. Ball comes to ground. Bolsevic picks it up onto the right boot. Chips down towards Matt Cullen on his knees. Takes a timely mark on the central wing area. Plays on very quickly onto the left. 2 Corio players standing there unopposed. Boyle takes it. Turns quickly. Looking for O'Toole. On the scene comes Dunlop. Punches the ball away. O'Toole tries to get a possession again. Comes free and over to Paul Baker, who blasts away and puts a minus score on the board. Game could be won by points.
It could well be, as Baker is offline. 8-8-56 Corio, 8-10-58 Belmont Lions. Anyone's game of football here this afternoon, captured live by guest video cameras. Brett Revere, Noel Fanning downstairs pulling the punches, and of course Peter Walker, Ronnie Brain calling the action. live.
Booked a long kick out to where Cornwall sets himself for the mark, unopposed basically, and takes a mark on the 50-metre line for the Corio Devils. A reasonable breeze at his back. He surveys it and then goes back and decides, I think he's going to kick long. Bangs it right into the goal square. Pack forms and pretty ordinary. Pretty ordinary there from the Lions defence. Paul Smith put his hands up and hung onto it. At no time did any Lions player look to punch the ball away, which should be your first option in defence, and Smith has taken a mark right on the goal line, put on a bit of a difficult angle, but this really should be not too many problems for him.
Being a left footer. Lovely looking kick off the boot. Low trajectory drop punt. Splits the woodwork here at Winners Reserve. And the Devils are back in front. Paul Smith kicks his 4th. Devils 9th. And yes, I think that was a pretty good call, Peter Walker, that even though the sun is streaming down that end, visual sight of the football would be difficult. But Paul
They didn't even make a fist and
marked it, didn't he?
try anything. Yeah, unopposed.
Time check. The promoted Trophy and Clothing Company time check shows 7.5 minutes gone. Plenty of footy left here this afternoon. Around 12. GDFL match of the day.
McGlashan.
Wrapped up high. Gets the free kick.
They're adopting the Lions philosophy in that first quarter of kicking long, and it's gone down off the hands of the pack. Boyle tries to take a possession, paddles it out the back where it's been picked up by Alford, who has a snap at goal, can't get control of it. Ball punched away this time by Dunlop, out of Cullen's grasp and through for...
And out of bounds.
And out of bounds. Good on you, Chuckles. Throw in. McGlashan tries to get front position on Boyle, can't do so. Ball comes out through the aid of Joseph, gets it over, and it's punched away from Dunlop over the boundary line, off a boot, and Bolsevic will take a free kick. Young fella out of the under-18s. First game, Ronnie, is it?
I believe so.
Second game, says our roving reporter Brett Revere. And he's been playing quite well today. Got a few positions, 50 out. Wobbly old kick. Looks to get it into the goal mouth. Can't do so. Off McGlashan's hands, who sees it safely through for 1 point this time, Mr. Fanning. And that moves them on to 9 goals 9 to the Lions, 8 goals 10.
Margin, 5 points. Plenty of footy left, as I mentioned earlier. Time check. 9 minutes gone.
Oh, you're a shocker. Fair bit of attention on Ruck there, and he's been paid a free kick. Disputed free kick as far as the Lions are concerned.
And myself.
And yourself. Well outside his range here, but we'll set it up into the goal square. Well outside his range.
It's a big kick. I think he's popped it through. Great goal, Danny Ruck.
That was at least 90 metres, that one.
The beauty. And, well, that's now given the Devils the necessary breathing space.
Ah, there's that number 69.
And the Devils get, can the Lions get back?
That magic number 69.
Scoreboard shows now that Corio have kicked 10 goals 9. 69. Leading Belmont Lions 8-10-58. Margin 11 points. Buckley's gaming centre. Final quarter.
Now I don't want you to do an Alan Dendel up there.
Back to the centre. Spong recovers well, the little fella. Quick kick to the centre wing, members side, right in front of the comedy position. Young Newham has just lost all confidence completely. Couldn't control the footy after that little
Deliberate.
high tackle he received from Doug Cornwall late in the second quarter.
Adam Joseph playing a very good defensive role there, just pushing the ball towards the boundary line.
Deliberate.
Oh, shock and throwing. Oh,
Phil Boyles kicked the ball nearly as far as his boot. Doesn't matter though, because Craig Edwards has mopped it up nicely there in the full forward zone. Runs into an open goal and has kicked his second. And the Devils are on fire. Round 12 GDFL footy. Captured live on guest video. 94.9 King of Country football.
Can I do some round the ground scores while we're waiting for the ball to come
Thank you,
back?
Noel. Yes, we have a
Bell
break.
Post Hill 8-8, Eastern Suburbs 11-9. Werribee Centrals are playing West, Werribee are 12-11, Geelong West are 6-4. Thompson have come back 12-9, Bannockburn 12-10, a point the difference there, boys. Anarchy North Geelong, Anarchy 14-9, North Geelong 10-11. Belmont Lions we know 8-7, 8-7.
8-7, 8-7.
That was at three-quarter time.
Oh, you didn't clarify that. I thought you were blind.
Back to the centre. McGlashan a high fly, but Nevada. Cornwall again traps it at ground level. Lazarick gets a tap forward. All Cullen runs into a bit of trouble. Held the ball. Should be penalised for mine. Umpire said no, he'll bounce. At centre half forward, Corio into attack. 12 minutes gone in the final quarter. The Devils enjoying a 17-point advantage.
Got to be a free.
Not allowed to bring your leg up like that?
Probably the only the second mistake Boyle's made for the day. I think he's been playing very well. Free kick goes to McGlashan, punches the ball out, held back as Povey, and he'll take the free kick. Now's when he wants to bang it in. Give his forwards a chance there of taking a uncontested. Can't do so, but it comes out over to Newham. A good little cross the body kick there by Kelvin Ford.
That should be 50 metres.
Has found Ronnie's love child in young Ben Newham, and he is 5 metres out directly in front and wobbles it through for a major to the Belmont Lions. So they're not giving in, Ronnie. They're still there. They're trying very hard. I think a couple of their players in the middle of the ground need to lift to give them a little bit more confidence, and we're still in it.
They certainly are. There's no breeze at all now, really. There's an advantage here. Benny Newham kicks his second for the afternoon, and the Belmont Lions ninth. They now move on to 9 goals 10, 64 points, trailing the Corio Devils 11-9, 75 margin, back to 11 points. Buckley's Gaming Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Ball up, McGlashan starting to gather some height there, gets it down. No clear possession. Spong tries to punch the ball away, can't do so. In goes McGlashan again and holds the ball to Spong, and it will be a ball up back in the centre of the ground again. Ball's up, McGlashan again, contesting there with Craig Edwards. No one again can get a clear possession, but it comes out through the aid of Jeffrey for the Lions. Can't get control of the ball, and a pack forms. There's a little bit of friendship being passed around there, and the umpire will pick the ball up and throw it straight back in the air. Good chance now. McGlashan can't get it again. Goes up against Cornwall. Goes down to Bolsevic, who gets it onto the right boot very quickly. Dunlop tries to punch the ball away. Leading in the race was O'Toole, but he can't take possession. Dunlop punches the ball over to a Lions teammate, and he says, "We'll take the easy way out here, boys, and we'll concede a point." I think a couple of the boys have been asked to cool their heels a bit. Darren Bennett from Corio's taking a bit of a break, and as is Glenn Frost. That's gone. Bukta plays the ball to himself, almost gets tackled when he does so, and gets forced to unload the ball very quickly and pushes it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Well, margin back to 12 points. Can the Lions redeem themselves? Everyone's asking the question. They need 2 quick goals, kicking to the city end of Windsor. Winters Reserve. Where do I get Windsor from?
What did you say, the city end? Yeah.
That's it?
That's an interesting call.
Grovedale City.
Well,
What would you call it, Fano?
to the left of screen?
No.
What
You're
have you?
kicking to the right of screen, you whacker.
I'd call it the northern end.
That's better. Now we've got everyone confused. Ball up. Big punch down by McGlashan.
Well, the sun sets in the west, doesn't it? That's why our cameraman put us over here, Ron.
Yes,
So
we
we
must
give you-
thank him later.
So we look right into the sun in the last quarter. It's a bottler, isn't it?
Just close your eyes. Don't get in the way then. Ball's over for a boundary line throw-in.
You idiot.
McGlashan sets himself and does so very well with Edwards. No clear get down ball pushed out across the face of the goals. Picked up and Bukta gets a dubious little handball there. There is a trip from O'Toole and Bukta takes a free kick. He plays on very quickly looking to centre the ball. Kelvin Keating gets in the road and the ball gets spilled to the ground. A pack forms and the umpires will again say, "Give it to me, boys," and we'll try and confuse you again. Thrown up. McGlashan again contests the ruck work with Craig Edwards, and again a pack forms, and we'll see if we get a bit better control this time. No clear knockdown that time. Again we get into a pack situation, and this is again, Ronnie, where I think they should just pluck one out. And
Yep. Yes,
we
it's
wouldn't
becoming
abuse them
pretty
too much, would we?
Interesting, isn't it, at the minute?
It is a bit. I think guys have got their backs up and they're trying their hardest, and that means, you know, the skill level drops off a little bit. Edwards gets a quick handball and punches it forward to where
no,
the ball
he
has been
fell
taken
over.
by Ruck. Ruck plays on, and up and under, proud of any Melbourne Storm player, gets the ball out. Bingham takes control, pushes it down the far wing, the scoreboard wing side, which in fact is over in shadows now as the shadows come across the ground. And
I can't see any shadows. I've got my eyes shut.
he's popped it over the line and out of bounds, so a free kick to the Lions. Lions push the ball up. At the back of the pack was Ruck. Can't take control of it. A blind handball into where Boyle tries to take control. He too can't take control of the ball, and the ball is held to the Devils player there, and we will have another ball up about centre half forward, just shy of centre half forward in the Lions attacking area.
We do apologise for our
Up
pictures.
goes McGlashan. McGlashan can't get it down clearly to one of his players.
Well, what do you expect?
Edwards
to set
sitting
up
at the
over
back.
here?
Quick kick off the ground from Shelley. He too can't get control of the ball. Through comes O'Toole very heavily, and too heavy. It's the ball has been paid to McLaughlin. A free kick to McLaughlin as Moore was also coming through in support for the Lions. Now this is fairly risky. McLaughlin goes across the ground looking for Bukta, finds him, centre half back, trying to set up play. A lead there, not given. Ball goes forward and has been marked by Brett Dunlop, who's moved up the ground. Now they're starting to move the ball, chip it round, comes across. Lions take control of it. Through Bukta. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second, onto the right boot, looking for the lead of Smith. Gets a little push in the back. No free kick given. Newham turns onto the right boot. Quick dribbling kick towards the goals, but only to register a minus score. And that's one more point to the Belmont Lions. That'll move them on to 9-11. Trailing at the moment the Corio Devils 11 goals 10. Need a goal, the Lions.
Certainly do.
Ball goes through, kicked out a long way to Ruck. Ruck spins in the tackle, can't get it down. Goes across where Craig Jeffries tries to get it clear. Chips it through, quickly picked up by Jimmy Onturk. He, a big thumping kick down the ground, finds Ruck again, who's following the ball down from the back line. Gets a big kick down to where Paul Smith leads for the race to the ball, but only being beaten over the line, and we will have a boundary throw in on the far half forward flank for the Corio Devils.
Time check, 20.5 minutes gone on the promoted Trophy and Clothing Company time clock. High tackle, not picked up by the umpire. Clash of bodies. That looked like Lazaric and Bukta. Ball now shoveled out wide by the defence of the Belmont Lions. And I think it's off hands and it will be thrown in. Right half forward. Devils into attack. They lead proceedings by 11 points. Hope you're enjoying the call on 94.9 GDFL. Quick kick out of the throw in there. It was good play by Alford. Loose ball. Opportunity here for... That was Kelvin Ford, I'd suggest. Hard at it. Mickey Moore is also in there for the Lions. Whistle on play. Bounce down about 40 metres now from the Devils' goal. High fly. McGlashan should have been pushed in the back, I'd suggest. I think he's been penalised for a throw. So, not happy, the big ruckman for the Lions. And
what
I
do you
wouldn't
do?
be either.
This could be not the one that the Lions need, I think. I don't know that there was a free kick in that situation, but it has been given, and we support the umpires 100% in their decision making.
Ricky Lazaric it is. It's not a bad looking kick. I think you'll find he's popped it through. He has. Lovely goal. Ricky Lazaric kicks his first and possibly a match-winning 12th goal for the Corio side. I now move to 12 goals, 10, 72 points. 82 points, I should say. That gives them, what, a 17-point margin.
What are you doing, Chuckles?
No, I'll tell you later.
76 points, plays 65.
Can't believe it. 82, 65, Rod?
That's what I said.
Thank you.
Big kick there from the Devils player in Spong, I think it was. Using the aid of the breeze, which has again lifted a little bit, gone over the head of the leading forwards and out of bounds in the far forward pocket. Good punch down there. No one in the defence except Bukta, who takes the option of putting it through the goals for the Corio Devils, which will add 1 point to them. I think it's probably enough, Ronnie.
Yeah, it certainly is now. 24 minutes gone of the final quarter. Buckley's the Gaming Centre scoreboard shows that the Devils enjoying a 3-goal lead. 18 points in fact. As we wait now on Andy Bukta to bring the ball back into play for the Belmont Lions.
Oh.
Looks to Dunlop.
Oh, did you hear that?
Goes to Strawn.
4-17.
Runs on, goes into the centre. But chipping in Ricky Bingham. The ever-reliable defender for the Devils. Plays on quickly, goes to centre-half forward. The ball carries a bit too long there for Bolsevic. Loose ball, sees Bolsevic butter up, back to O'Toole. O'Toole goes into the pocket. Cullen's got all the time in the world. Gives it to Smith, who went without the footy. Good work, Adam Joseph, the defender for the Lions.
I wonder if Bolsevic's related to Freddie Bolsevic. Oh no, that was Freddie Mercury, wasn't
You
it?
idiot, Peter.
Bolasari. Sorry, I was close.
You were nowhere near.
Well, the ball has gone out of bounds.
Started with a B.
Well, someone's got to keep me entertained, and you're doing a good job, Peter Walker.
Pole vaulter. Down.
Did he defect?
Yeah, Craig Jeffrey tries to get a handball out, can't do so, and the central umpire standing at about centre half back says, I saw that, and there will be a free kick to the captain coach of the Lions in Mark Edwards. Transfers play across the ground, which puts players under pressure there. Smith tries to get a toe poke off the ground, can't do so, gets a quick handball. Dunlop standing in his way. He too is tackled, went in possession and should have been caught with a ball. There's a high one. The umpire's still standing, looking at the sun going down in the west.
Yeah, well, there's a break in play. An interesting scoreline at the Western Oval, Ron Brown. Newtown 10-10-70 have beaten West Saints 4-17-41.
Good side, Newtown and Shaw. Well, the Devils are doing it easy here at the Winters Reserve. 18-point leaders. Buckley's Gaming Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Great place to go.
The only place to go, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater, to try your luck at Buckley's.
Have you been out and had a look at the new bingo centre, Raiders Bingo?
I have.
Absolutely sensational.
Matter of fact, I have.
Absolutely sensational, Noel Fanning.
I got shown around the place yesterday.
Yeah?
By the manager of Buckley's, actually.
There you go. Off the ground, bounces off Dunlop's shoulder, can't get control.
Uh-oh.
But the stand-in ruckman for the Devils Craig Edwards,
Touched.
and he has popped it through off the fingers of Bukta for 1 point.
Well done, Peter Walker.
Just thought I'd clean that up.
You did, you cleaned it up well.
Lead's coming now, but I think it might be a bit late for the Lions. Fullback looks to measure a kick, chooses to go long, looking for Ruckman McGlashan. He does get his hands to the ball first in front of Ricky Lazarix and takes a mark. Plays on quickly, pushes it over to Damien Kelly, who turns blind and chips it to Nevada Cornwall, standing in the centre of the ground. Cornwall looking for a lead out where a pack form, but Dunlop safe hands, playing very well. Brett Dunlop for the Lions. All day he's been in the contest or thereabout. Pushes the ball out and a mark has been taken by Glenn Frost. Back on the ground after a enforced break. He chips it into Rob Burley. Burley looking around. Plays on quickly into the sunlight, and a good mark there has been taken by Damien Kelly for the Lions. Wrestled to the ground, no free kick taken, plays on quickly. Ball goes forward, bounces in no man's land. Smith's there looking for a possession, can't find it, as is Povey. Bit of a nudge along the back there. No one can get a clear possession. Cornwall decides the easiest attempt is to drag it back into the pack and let the umpires take control. Can you see that, Ronnie?
Yeah, I've got it now, mate. I've just blocked the sunlight out. Umpire to recommence play. Ball about 35 metres from the Belmont Lions goal. Forward does well. Nirvana Cornwall, though, does better. Picks up and kicks out wide to the outer side of the ground. Alford in front. Oh, control it well under pressure. And pass puts Shelley under a bit of pressure. He was good enough to get a handle on it. Back to the direction of Alford. Hotly pressed there by Nutbenny, I think. Nutbean. Interesting surname.
Is that like the nut push dance?
Tina Turner, in comes McGlashan, gets a punch down, but only to be smothered in a tackle, and the umpires will again say, I'd like to have the stats on how many ball-ups there's been. Phenomenal about today. Say that word, phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Good good tackle. No attempt made, but not able to make an attempt there, and again Montgomery holds the ball against the Devil's chest and will have another ball up. McGlashan gets his head pulled off, no free kick, quick handball out, goes over to where Baker tries to clear the ball, can't do so, comes back to Cornwall, he too has his head pulled off by a little bit of strong play by Ben Nutbean. Cornwall probably would know now that the game is in their grasp. Big torpedo down to where Spong, I think it is, takes an uncontested mark, turns quickly, looks to a leading position there, can't find one, mopped up by the Lions who push it out towards their defensive wing. Ball's picked up by Kelvin Ford, he pushes it down. Povey drops what he should have taken, chips it off with the right boot off the ground, only to be picked up over there by Ricky Bingham. Bingham pushes it forward to where Boyle gets a kick down and marked by Matt Cullen. Cullen pushes the ball over. Matt King, who hasn't had much of an influence in the game, looks for the safety of the boundary line to a leading Smith and finds the boundary line.
Yeah, good passage of football there for the Devils. The ball is now in their right half forward flank. Loose ball sees Edgewood at the back of the pack. Hand pass to, that looks like the 39 Guernsey of Nutbean.
It's
His mongrel punt, not a good one, and falls short, straight in the arms of Cal Keating, who goes straight across into the centre of the ground. Looks there for Barry O'Toole. The bounce was a cruel one for him, but always been pulled off the footy, and he didn't have possession and will get the free kick at centre half forward, 50 metres out directly in front. 31 and a half minutes gone of the final quarter. The time clock referees have obviously gone to sleep.
Could be the last kick of the day.
I would suggest it is.
And the last goal of the day, I would also suggest.
But he misses it.
It's not a bad looking kick from here.
Thank you. I like betting in hundreds with Mr. Fanning.
Didn't realise.
Barry O'Toole kicks his second and 13th as the siren sounds to terminate a very entertaining game at Witters Reserve GDFL round 12 match of the day. And, well, Barry, I should say Peter.
Barry Walker! He's a blast from the past!
It's now,
And
it's
what
now
can I do for you?
947 days since,
What can I do for you, Dr. Claw?
Barry Walker.
Well, unfortunately for the Belmont Lions, they have gone down, but they can hold their head pretty high. They've played a reasonable brand of football for 2.5, 3 quarters.
Well, there's no doubts that I will see Corey Povey during the week, and I will point out that, he wouldn't have had any influence on the game had he have kicked 5 or 6 from the 8 shots he's had at goal.
There's Ronnie Brain and Dickie Nee.
I think it's more like Dr. Claw and Bazza. Still. Okay, well, what did die out to be a rather quiet game. I don't think it really rose to any great standards. I think both teams looked at it as a chance to pick up 4 points and make their season look a little bit more formidable. It's gone the way of the Corio Devils, and I think they deserved their win. The likes of Cornwall lifted when needed to, and I thought Boyle played a serviceable game. Not to be outdone, you can tell by the expressions and the stature of the Lions. I really do believe they went into half-time thinking this game is well within our grasp. But if you have a look at them out there in the ground now, they're very, very down in the head, and know that they've probably let a game that they could have and should have won pass them by, Ronnie.
Without a doubt, Dad, I'd probably look at the, maybe fitness and discipline there, because like Corio have come out and kicked 10 goals, 9 after half time to 3 goals, 5. So there's obviously a story there, and you should never give up a margin of 24 points in any game of footy. But we've seen it happen today, and congratulations to Nevada Corwell. And you could just about probably give him 3-2 and 1, because he was clearly the best man on the ground here this afternoon. Goal kickers, I suppose we better let the people know who did kick them for the Corio side. They kicked 13 for the day. 4 goals, Paul Smith was terrific. Barry O'Toole with 2. Likewise, Craig Edwards with 2. Singles to Danny Ruck. John Bolsevic. Paul Baker. Ricky Lazarick. Darren Shelley for the Devils. And for the Lions, they were pretty well ably served by Jason Smith, kicking 4. 2 goals to Benny Newham. Singles to Corey Povey, Glenn Frost and Peter Havelberg. But, it was a bit of a one-man show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit. And look, in all honesty, Cornwall's been a bit of a backbone of the Corio. He did go walkabout for a while, and I think we both know where he went and had a bit of a kick, and I think it might have been at this at around this ground, Ronnie. And I think going back home, he is a very good footballer. Probably a young fella that could have stepped up and gone and had a look further afield, but loyalty gets the better of you sometimes, and he's gone back to coach in his home patch, which is a plus for him, and I do congratulate him on that, and I do think he was easily best on the ground.
Well, let's give our votes, gentlemen, and wrap it up.
Okay, thanks, boss. Well, my 3-2-1, I have given 3 votes to Nevada Cornwall. I thought, as I said, he was best on the ground. Obviously not as good as Frank Foppiani last week.
You had to
Mr.
say
Fanning,
the name. I didn't say it, you did.
Possession-wise, I thought he was sensational and, led by example. My 2 votes, I actually gave to Phil Boyle. I thought he tried very hard all day and committed his body and did a lot of the ruck work. I thought he played most of the day against Ford and McGlashan, and held high and also moved around the ground, and I thought did a very good job. And for the number 1 vote, I actually gave it. I was going to toss up between David McLaughlin. I thought he was very good in a quarter and a half, but faded away. So I've gone for the fullback for the Lions, and that's Brett Dunlop, the number 1. I thought he played a very, very serviceable game, following O'Toole wherever he went. And when you can hold a spearhead down to what he did, I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, certainly did. Noel Fanning, your votes?
I gave 3 votes to Nevada Cornwall, 2 votes to Paul Smith, and 1 vote to Brett Dunlop.
I gave 1 vote to young Benny Newham. I thought his game was terrific in that first half of footy, and had they had a few more of those youngsters in the club, they'll win a lot more games. And even though he might have died out in the last half, great effort, young Ben.
Dicky knee.
Andy Bookter, East Belmont defender, probably had as many touches of the football as Nevada Cornwall, and a great individual effort from the Chook. And of course Nevada Cornwall clearly best on ground. He was the only player that really stood out all day from Corio's point of view, and both sides have had a lot to look forward to with some good youth coming through, but consistency is what's lacking with both sides at the minute.
Are we allowed to give a special mention?
You certainly can.
I'd like to give a special mention to that Bolsevic, that young fellow that come through the under-18, second game in, so Paul Revere tells me, the wandering horseman.
Okay, well I can go. My special mention goes to Ron's 1 voter, Ben
Ham.
I thought he was excellent too, Ronnie, and he just missed out on my votes too.
Good to see kids coming up and holding their heads high.
Yep. And now 3, 2 and 1 for the day, Ron. You've calculated that at this stage?
I have, yeah. Paul Smith, the spearhead centre-half forward from Corio, with 2 votes, and Andrew Bookter on 2 votes. I'll go Andrew Bookter there.
So he gets the 1.
So Andrew Bookter gets 1 vote.
That's the number 11 Guernsey. And
Brett Dunlop gets 2 votes as well. So does Philip Boyle. Obviously Philip Boyle with the 2 votes from Peter Walker will get the nod.
Obviously.
So 3, 2 and 1.
With 9 votes. Nevada Cornwall, congratulations. Nevada Cornwall, best on ground. Round 12 GDFL football match of the day here at Winters Reserve, where we have seen the Corio Devils.
And 2 votes.
25-point leaders, or victors over Belmont Lions. Philip Boyle 2 and Andrew Bookter 1 for the Belmont Lions.
Well, this has been Noel Fanning and Brett Revere.
And me.
Peter Walker, of
and
course.
him.
And Ron Brain signing off. Guest video.